Hello, Gemini. Welcome to your weekly reading. We are going to be asking for guidance on what you need to know about the week ahead, the energy at hand to help to support you. Guidance from your spirit guides, your angels, yourself, what you need to know. Hi, my name is Chandraj, and if you are new to my readings, then welcome. And if you are returning, then welcome. Welcome back. Ooh, yes. Okay. Let's go ahead and get started. Setting an intention, calling upon Gemini's spirit guides, ancestors, all those that walk with them to help us support them in their path. May they be present for this reading. As I ask for clarity and guidance on what is the predominant energy of the week for Gemini. The Lovers. This is the Gemini card, by the way. Recognizing that when we act from the guidance from our soul, from our heart, listening within, whatever challenge, whatever path that unfolds, as long as we're listening to the self, we're following the right path. We're able to discern in the world, to know what's right for us. Maybe an opportunity this week, or something that you're considering, assessing, is this the right path for me? Is this where I need to go? Listening within, this is the main theme. Having access to the higher resonance of the self, to be able to act fully from that. To do what you need to do, okay? Okay. So, ancestors and spirit guides, light beings, all those that walk with Gemini, what messages from Source do we have about recent events? What does Gemini need to know about what's been going on? They're very well. Okay. Maybe there has been something that's been coming into your life, something that's been presented, or you're waiting for that to come. It's the Four of Cups. Sometimes life has given us multiple opportunities, and we're not always in agreement with what the universe has to give. But there is something that's coming. Okay. The Ace of Wands. There's a lot to be gleaned. There's a lot to learn, and there's a lot of expansion that's coming into your life around relationships, around what you really desire, what you're bringing in. There may be some avoidance in fully claiming that, fully owning it. You may be dealing with some personalities or people, this is the Seven of Swords, that are not fully invested in what you've got going on. Maybe you're not fully invested in what someone else has got going on. Fully invested in, I've been doing this for a long time, maybe it's not right for me. Or I've been living here for a long time, things have been feeling kind of stale. Things like that. There's this kind of resistance that's being moved through. And this greater ask of, what does my higher self have to say about this? Okay. Ancestors, spirit guides, angels for Gemini. What does Gemini need to know about the present moment? What is alive here that Gemini needs to know in regards to what has brought us here, recent events? Let me know. Okay. Haha. This is time for you to be free. This is time for you to open into this greater ask of, what does the universe have in store for me? Because there's a reset that's coming up. The Three of Cups. Now is a time for you to be assessing, where is it that I feel joy and love in my life? How do I balance the emotional realm of my life? Through connections and friends, through family, through love. Where has it teetered off balance? And where can I look up, let go, and surrender to this greater plan that the universe has for us? And trust that it's on the way. And when things are presented to us that are not in alignment with that, we can say, okay, I don't need that. I can move on. I can live my best life. I don't have to be stuck being hurt, or I don't have to feel left out. I don't have to struggle with feeling like, feeling like things are a greater reflection of how they're going on in the world, if you will. Got the Seven of Wands. Now you have the opportunity to really push forward and to push through things that have been setting you back or catching you off guard. They're there for a reason, but whatever really feels like the challenge that's coming up, whether it's, I don't have the resources for this, I don't have the ability to be fully present, I feel like I'm being held back in some way, that it all comes down to the energy that we hold. Back to the Fool. Being able to say, I know the universe has another plan for me. And that as long as I'm able to tune into what is feeling good and supportive for me, good and supportive rather than good and allowing me to escape, or good and allowing me to get out of my body. No. As long as I'm able to surround myself with people that love me, and I'm able to love myself throughout any challenges, I no longer have to take scraps in my life. And I can take full ownership for what I want and what my needs are, and get them answered. I want to know, what do the ancestors, the spirit guides, or angels, what guidance do they have for Gemini? What does Gemini need to know in regards to what is moving in their life from their angels and spirit guides? What message can best support them now? Ooh. Gaia. Earth connection. Be mindful of the planet. Come back to Earth. Stay grounded. It's time to get grounded, girl. Gaia. You know, whenever we're going through a time or we're feeling disoriented, we're not sure what we're really doing, especially for Gemini, being an earth sign, an air sign, an air sign, it's good to bring them to earth. It's good to get grounded, to be in the body and do things that help to ground us. This can be people, this can be good food, this can be family. This is whatever helps you to feel stable, to feel fully here. This is the advice that your spirit guides have for you. Bring yourself back into the moment. Don't be projecting into the, well, what if I did this, and then it tipped the scales this way, and then I landed this prize, and then finally that person is going to say that I am the love of my life, their life, whatever. Whatever it is, you know? We don't have to be off into the future in our minds. Getting out of the minds, getting in the body. This is the advice. So, what advice do we have from the tarot for Gemini in the present moment and on their path? What does Gemini need to know in terms of staying grounded in the present moment? The Hierophant, the High Priestess. Very interesting. You have the full ability in this moment to really show up and to acknowledge what you have been avoiding in the situation and to recognize that it's a teaching experience. This can even be a message of um, sometimes establishments or greater sources of information, the news, a university, our job, these greater structures try to tell us what it is, try to tell us how it's supposed to be. But when we return to our own inner knowing, the high priestess, then we can see things for how they really are, because we access it through feeling. We access it through the higher self and making a decision, confronting what we are not able to confront, and taking full ownership for the self. There's some powerful energies at play, asking you to recognize the powerful presence of your own awareness and intuition. I want to know what is ahead for Gemini, what's coming up in this week, that this is preparing them for. The Eight of Cups. There's something that is ready to be let go, for you to move forward. It's the Ten of Pentacles. This could be you recognizing those established things in your life that are ready to have some distance created, to say, I no longer need to do that. I no longer need to hold on so tightly, the Four of Pentacles. I no longer need to hold on so tightly to the way that people are telling me it needs to be, or I'm telling myself it needs to be. The Ten of Wands. This week has a lot of big shifts. You've got two tens, Ten of Pentacles, family, abundance, wealth, security, and the Ten of Wands. Expansion, growth in career, direction, making a move. Maybe you want to move. Maybe you want to move somewhere new. Maybe it's time to make that shift and no longer hold on and feel like I've got to stay here to be grounded. No, you get to be with your body and being with your feelings. That's being grounded. And when we are just sticking something out, when we feel like we have to and we don't listen to our body, this is taking us away from ground and taking us back into the mind, because we're acting on how we think things should be. Interesting, with the major theme being coming back into your own alignment, your own self, listening to the highest self to make a decision on the Seven of Swords. What has been ignored? What's been unsaid? What is ready to be transformed, to be thrown into the fire for your own expansion, your own direction, so that you can move greater into your own happiness. And how is it that the trials, the tribulations, the things that have come up that have challenged you are asking you to address, where do I need to ask for help and direction from something greater than myself, to know what I want, to know what I need, to have the emotional resonance in my life, the support, the connection that I deserve. And this is coming from the soul, the highest self, that teacher in one's life, to be able to recognize, to know what have I had enough of, and I'm ready to move forward into something new because of, so that I'm no longer holding on. And I'm able to move on. And I'm able to move into the true support, the true abundance, what is truly for me, asking the universe, I know that you have a greater plan for me, and I surrender it to you. I trust you. Asking for that and knowing when the universe whispers to us, saying, this is the direction. This is what it should be, what it could be. Very interesting. Well, Gemini, I hope that this reading was helpful for you. Thank you so much for sharing this time with me, and I hope to see you this next week. Bye.